Hi guys, my name's Phil Burgess and I'm the current global UX research manager for Nu Skin. I've been with Nu Skin for about a year now, but prior positions I worked for American Express, General Motors, and some very other large e-commerce retailers. The research I conduct as well as UX as a whole has tangible monetary return on investment implications by ensuring the user experience or customer experience is maximized and the bottom line for the business is also maximized. This is an overview of what UX is and UXR is in this presentation and the role they play at Nu Skin. The presentation is one of many to come, and presentation 2 will be geared toward showing everyone the enormous amount of value and tangible ROI we have added to Nu Skin by ensuring the customer's priority in any and everything they do in regards to our digital products. Throughout the brief presentation, I'm going to use the word user intermingled with customer, but the user does mean customer. I want to avoid connotations of how everyone perceives a customer or user on Nu Skin and users that is most utilized from a UXR perspective, user experience. So the way we currently sit, we basically, with the digital organization, which I was a part of, and now we're technology, Spencer Oscarson was the global UX director, UX experience director. Under him is Justin Jolly, who's the UXD design manager, and he has 4 reports reporting to him, designers, and it's myself in the manager research department, just me. So we'll see how this turns out next year. So has anyone ever had this experience where you've taken requirements, the customer explained it, how the project leader told it, how it ended up, how the document is documented, what operations installed, just the whole gamut. And every role I've ever been into in the past 22 years, I've gone on with this type of stuff has always happened. And just to level set, everyone has their own opinion. Everyone perceives and interprets what's needed differently. Whose idea is the best? The only way to find out is to do user experience research testing based on qualitative, how do you feel when doing X, and quantitative data, Google Analytics and behavioral analytics, to really understand the actual needs of the customers. One of the most important tenets in CX and UX is we are not the customer. I'm not the customer. UX as a whole is not the customer. The UX designers are not the customer. But the end user of our product is the customer. And everyone employed as a Nu Skin enterprise employee is not the user or the customer. UX development, marketing, sales, POs, and the rest of the organization, again, are not the user. The goal is to take care of the customer, their needs, values, wants, goals, and experiences by listening and studying actual users. So what is user experience? We go by about 3 criteria. User is involved. User interacts with a product, system, or anything with an interface. And 3, the behavior is observable or measurable. And when we talk about user experience, we always integrate the word usability, and that refers to ease of use and improving ease of use. NNG, which is the Nielsen Norman Group, who is very, very heavily into the UX and the UX research, gives it 5 quality attributes: learnability, efficiency, memorability, errors, and satisfaction. How satisfies it to use it? So every time we talk about a Nu Skin digital product, whenever I'm asked to do any research or when I generate my own research, I always look at these 5 attributes. And according to Google Analytics, 50% of all our users for 2018 are new users. So the first thing I have to do is look at learnability. How easy is it for users to accomplish basic tasks the first time they encounter the design? I want you guys to really keep this in the back of your mind as we go on, because this is an incredibly important tenet, as the site tends not to be user-friendly or real customer-centric focused. So what is UX? Research. Research informs the design of products and services and does real-time tests with end users of the product. UX research is geared to be a non-biased business and customer representative geared to ensuring the most valued UX and research and design is maximized for the end customer, which in turn positively affects the customer experience and business monetary ROI. Skipping user research is extremely risky. Even the best design ideas are just assumptions. We do have a myriad of UX research methodologies we can incorporate, and we always ensure we pick the one that maximizes user value and quantitative and qualitative ROI. And our research, we ensure that we don't impede on any progress made in the sprints. But it is an actual statistical and analytical strategy geared around validating the user customer experience and providing tangible data to prove or disprove design and product assumptions. So when we talk about research, we talk about two things, qualitative and quantitative. Researchers measure both qualitative and quantitative data. I'm personally very heavy in the data realm, as I always want to validate my qualitative usability test study findings with meaningful and tangible data coupled with observed user behavior and usage. Again, I'm not the user. UX design, technology, and the internal business are not the users. We truly don't know what will work until we test with the actual end users who do utilize our products. Suggestions are just someone's opinions. By studying behavioral and attitudinal traits, we can ensure opinions become facts. And again, UX, UX is not about creating something pretty, cool, or rad that we think are pretty slick. UX is a science that is backed by data, best practices, methodical approaches, usability laws, and we continue to integrate both qualitative and quantitative data into our findings. So the ROI of user experience. A poor user experience does affect the entire brand of a business, even if it's interacting with only one part of the business. People perceive a bad experience holistically across the enterprise, the business, and the products and services. 52% of users that had a bad digital experience made them less likely to engage with the company. By 2020, customer experience integrating user experience will overtake price and product as the key brand differentiator. And even when Bing first had their button, the search engine, they changed it to another hue of blue for search, and it increased their revenues by $80 million in the first year by just a color variation. We at NewSkin, we've done some A/B tests, and we've done a button color variations. And so far, what we found with a particular color button has the potential to increase revenue and transactions and conversions in the millions of dollars, which is very, very, very huge. So UX does have an ROI attached to it. It can be a qualitative, I feel good about when I interact with this product, or quantitative, where we're measuring behavioral and analytical assumptions and facts. So this is one of the things I want to talk about is this is actually a UX research project that was undertaken by a very large e-commerce site. And basically, they were experiencing very low purchases and low conversion rates on the last page of the checkout process. Sound familiar? The internal business and development team members had created the form. But the solution, their conversion rates were incredibly low. Their transaction rate was very low. So the CEO of this e-commerce company hired a UX researcher to look into his low conversion purchase rates and the reason why it was so low. So the issue, there are two fields, email address and password, two buttons, login and register, and one link in the online checkout form page, forgot password. So this is what the internal team thought would be a good answer for anybody coming to the site. And their assumptions, they saw it as a form enabling repeat customers to purchase faster. And basically the saying was first-time purchases wouldn't mind the extra effort of registering, because after all, they'll come back for more and they'll appreciate the expediency in subsequent purchases. Everybody wins, right? The team. Again, you are not the site user. I am not the site user. Anything internal with a graphical user interface on a digital product should definitely be conducted. UX research should be conducted and user experience involved. Again, we are not the users of our products. So the research approach and methodology. So the methodology was usability testing. In research, we have about 67 to 75 research methodologies we utilize. But usability testing, it's basically qualitative, or how do you feel about the product? And this was their main question. How do you feel when trying to check out? So the findings, does anyone kind of want to take a guess? Just kind of think to yourself, if something's wrong with this form, what do you think it would be? So the findings, shoppers did mind registering. They did not want to register. They just wanted to get in and get out. And users are incredibly task-oriented and task-driven. They want to get into a site, get what they need, and get out. One shopper even said he's not here to enter into a relationship. I just want to buy something. And some first-time shoppers couldn't remember if it was their first time on a site, becoming frustrated as each common email and password combination failed. Shoppers resisted registering. Many vocalized that the retailer only wanted to pester them with marketing messages and nebulous emails. Others even imagined nefarious purposes to invade. Repeat customers weren't any happy either. They engaged in an exhaustive review when they forgot their password or user ID, and they tried everything, which frustration on a shopping cart process leads to cart abandonment. So the fix. Designers took away the register button. They put a continue button with a simple message. As you can see, register and the continue button said you don't need to create an account. You can create an account during checkout if you want, whatever's easiest for you. The results. The number of customers purchasing went up by 45%. Extra purchases resulted in an extra $15 million the first month. For the first year, the site saw an additional $300 million in increased sales. So if you don't think something like this is practical or even can have this much impact, there are so many case studies out there of just tweaking little small changes. Continue register button, optional required, a color variation of a continue button. So many different tweaks. And with these usability laws and best practices, we have a very, very good idea. And we can test assumptions based on fallout or lack of conversions or cart abandonment. Something so innocuous as fixing a simple button can make a world of difference and significantly affect the business ROI. Our own internal A/B test, which I talked about before, has shown the incredible amount of increased conversions, transactions, and sales while decreasing call center call volumes. And we're going to be doing a lot of this testing. And in the next presentation, we're basically going to go over some findings that we found and some real exciting stuff that happened. So next presentation, I'll be showing visual behavioral heat maps, such as this one, recordings, funnel analysis, A/B testing results, and our prior research studies and findings. So it's going to be a very, very interesting presentation with a lot of visuals to really give you an idea of what the user's seeing and what are their pain points. So until next time, let me know if you need anything. My email address, I sit on the HR5, and my phone number. Look forward to talking to you again.